Oschino and Wack 100 back and forth was starting to heat up. After Oschino dropped a diss track on JAYZ, Wack 100 called out Oschino for only having 8,800 monthly listeners. And when he said that, Oschino instantly responded back.
You just was bigging me up on 1 minute. I mean, next minute you don't know me. I was on the phone with you for hours, FaceTime, and I ain't saying you know me, but bro, you talking about my numbers numbers I got on monthly listeners. I don't even drop no music in 10 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's sad that you worry about looking up numbers. You should look up who's thorough. I care about who's thorough. And you not thorough, bro. You gonna keep trying to play somebody who local. Bro, you don't do nothing, bro. You ain't got no skills. You know what a manager is? A person who got to piggyback on somebody that got skills. You know what I'm saying? Local, bro. I was popping before you. Anybody ever heard of you? We in the movies, clothing lines. When you talking about local, bro, you was a hater, bro. And that's cool. You was a hater, bro. I gotta keep it real with you. You an old hater. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about no numbers. Somebody came and dissed me out, said something back. You talking about JAYZ to need him? You get off JAYZ's sack, bro. You on JAYZ's sack? You don't even know what's going on. You could have, but they asked you about me, could have not said nothing. Like, nah, boy, all right. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't these other dudes. I don't care about all that tough and all that. I'd rather you be thorough than be tough. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, you got 8,800. But I don't care. Listen, bro, I don't look up nothing about you because I talked to you before. So when I talk to somebody on the phone, I think, oh, hey, cool, I must be boy. You on there trying to play somebody like, then you gonna talk about, then you want mix sack on top of that, bro. You don't know, how you gonna talk about what happened in Philadelphia when you live in Los Angeles? How you know what happened? How you know what somebody did for Meek if you in Los Angeles, bro? That's why I say you's a bona fide hater, bro. If you sitting there saying, yo, he ain't do nothing for Meek, how you know? How you know? You don't know. So that means you a hater. So before you get mad and start, look in the mirror, you say, you know what? I'm really a hater. I'm speaking on something I don't even know nothing about.
Make sure you hit that like button so we can get back in that algorithm. I need a quick 100 likes. Once we pass 100 likes, I need a quick 500 likes. Once we pass 500 likes, I need a quick 1,000 likes. Hit that hype. Roll to 40,000 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button. Turn on the notifications so you can be updated every time I drop. But after Oschino said that, Wack doubled down. And he said he didn't know Oschino. And they had a conversation about Oschino and state property. And Wack elaborated on the phone call he had with Oschino. And in the midst of the conversation, a female from Philly said, I know Wack don't know Oschino because if he did, didn't even know he got one short arm and one long arm.
His man just called me. I said, hey, bro, how do I know this? Nah, Wack, you don't know him. I just called with the phone. Have I ever mentioned anything about who he is when he on the phone? Nah. He said, Wack, you played in state property. I said, I ain't see that state property. He said, let me send you a picture of it. Let me go to his music. I said, oh, I do remember this. The tall. I said, but he don't look like this no more. He like, yeah, that's him. I said, the D-Nice is him.
D-Nice, yeah, he was D-Nice.
Yeah, but he don't look like that.
No, he looked way different than he looked on state property.
Okay then. So I said, but even back then, I said, bro, what about this we supposed to know? So I hit him with it. I said, you heard a big Y? He said, nah. You heard a banging on Wax? No. I can give you the same argument. How you ain't heard him? Because that's some L.A.
Mm-hmm.
And we would think in our head, the world knew about these. Guess what? They don't. I said, so I want you to tell me why I'm supposed to know them. He said, Wack, you right. You never had a conversation with the. You called me with 4-5 Philly on the phone, right? Right. Have I ever isolated, singled him out? Nah, you haven't. So what about? Why is he mad that I don't know him? I'm not faking like I know no, bro.
I already know how you coming. I knew that you wasn't going to say that don't qualify to say that you know him because of that conversation that y'all had on the phone.
Dude that been calling me, he been calling me for a good 2 years. I told him, I don't know you. I told him the truth. I don't know you, bro. You call me, I don't know you. I don't know how old you are, where you come from, how many kids you got, your home. I don't know nothing about you. Do I know you? Nah, Wack, you just got my number and you communicate. Okay then. And you done met him through on your phone, right? When you said you got Oschino on the phone, I just thought you was telling me another name. The name didn't ring no bell to me like, oh, that's such and such.
Mm-hmm.
He said, well, yeah, it didn't happen till like early 2000, like 2000. I said, so how I was supposed to know about him in 2000? We had Nextel phones.
He said that you hurt his feelings. What? He said he was more hurt than anything. He thought you was thorough.
Hurt,
He thought you
upset.
was thorough, man.
Offended
I don't know,
because
bro.
I don't know you, bro.
I don't know, bro. He
Too
thought you
emotional, my nigga.
felt like you knew him because of the phone conversation.
Nah, bro, I don't. I didn't even know what I was talking to. The name Oschino was not a household name
It wasn't. I
when we was
can't say
coming
that.
up, bro. When we talking about Steve, he said, "Wack, he was in the movie." I said, "Look, I remember Beans. I remember the little crazy, the little
Baby boy.
crazy baby boy.
Emilio's folks. Yeah, Emilio's folks.
I remember baby boy. I said I remember the bro that do Noriega. I remember Noriega.
Mm-hmm.
I said I remember Freeway. These is people that I knew. I remember, right? He said, yeah, he was D Nice. I said, D Nice. I said, nah, that D Nice out of here, bro. D Nice
Yeah.
who was
He don't
having
look
it.
the same.
He
Yeah.
like, no, why go look at his pictures? When I looked at the pictures, I said, oh yeah, that is D Nice right there. He's like, that's Oski. I didn't know.
Man, Oschino was barely in the movie, bro. I don't even think there any words in State
Yeah,
Property,
he
bro.
spoke word. He was
I
he was
remember
being
him going
crash
to see
dummy.
him in the jail
He was
and they
being
having a
crash
little,
dummy.
Yeah, he
yeah.
was in a jail scene.
I remember him going having a conversation about, the having parties, a little coded comment. But again,
Yeah.
looking at that dude back, I didn't know that that's Oschino. I knew Beans was Beans.
He was a slim movie. He was slim as gained a lot of weight since then.
Glasses, got a beard. So I'm looking at this dude they call Oschino. I don't associate that with the movie.
He never was on the JAYZ album or nothing.
Yeah, like what you getting emotional about? I just told him, said, bro, come on, bro. How I meet him? He said, Wack on my phone. I said, I don't even know you. Bro, you remember when I brought all them Phillies on the thing at Loose Cannon?
Yeah.
So the dude
Mm-hmm.
that be calling me, he wanted him. He just
All right.
asked me for my number and I gave it to him. He been calling ever since. But I told him, I don't even know you. Dude name is Nafis or something.
CEO not feast. He a
Yeah,
cameraman.
Yeah, Nafi.
okay. That's that been calling me for 2 years. He that called me with this dude on the phone with 5 other Phillies on the phone. I said, bro, think about it. He said, yeah, Wack, when I did call, you didn't pay it no mind that who was who. I just thought I said, the only I knew was Tiffy Bay. Tiffy. I know him. Him, his family, we done been around each other many times. I told bro, I don't even know you, bro. I've never seen you in my life. You just called me. So you didn't call with him on your three-way with other, right, right. So how I supposed to know him? He said, I thought you knew, but think about it, Wack. You never made mention of nothing. JAYZ, state property, nothing to him. I don't know the. And then he tells me JAYZ signed him in 2000, and then I guess dude went to jail and did a stretch for some murder or something. So how I supposed to know the?
I definitely get why you wouldn't know who Oschino was. For sure.
If he came home in 2000, right? Let's do the math. His music, his albums, or nothing was a household name. Okay, great. I tell road in 99. From 99 to 05, 04, it was a truck run for me. I was talking about the music.
Right.
Give what you was talking about. It wasn't my game. I brought cassettes and CDs. And really, back then, if you really wasn't some new big I was re-listening to my regular So then this dude, I guess he goes to jail from what dude say. So when I come into the business part of music, '05 somewhere around there, well, who is this? And said, Wack, he might have been in jail by then. Okay, cool. How I supposed to know? And
Seen something like
again,
that?
his character in State Property wasn't one of them characters.
Yeah.
But, it wasn't. Now, locally, they gonna know who it is. I got the
Mm-hmm.
name in local here he had never heard of in his life. I said these are considered big movements out here, bro. But I said you got to remember, wasn't no social media back then, bro. We had Nextels. Now it's immediate, immediate. I said, bro, I was under the radar. People knew who knew until them recorded that Stitches. Whack 100 was under the radar. When they put that, there it went. I was exposed. So I don't know what got mad because I said I didn't know. I said when I listened to his music the first time, I said I could see Meek kind of like bit his style. I hear it.
It just sounds it's like a Philly thing, you know what I mean? Textile.
I, the cadence, what I'm hearing. The
Yeah.
cadence, I can hear the cadence in there. You know, I can hear the cadence and Oschino music. When we played it the other day, I can hear
Mm-hmm.
that cadence. Da 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 da. That I can hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all know him. Big Y have too. And I guess they felt like JAYZ mentioned. I said, look, bro, taking shots at JAYZ for years, bro.
For
Ain't
the next
help that
month.
long on JAYZ ain't gonna make it around the corner, ain't gonna do.
No, what I'm saying is he gonna make he a
He can
YouTuber and
go
shit.
run around and
He
talk
gonna make
about it.
content. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He gonna
That's
get
it.
his little interviews and he gonna get a few thousand off.
I don't know, bro. I don't know what that about. Maybe I supposed to fake like I know him.
He say he not mad, he hurt.
If I acknowledge I know him, right? And then people go to asking me about him, I can't, what I'm gonna say? I just found out 20 minutes ago, dude went to the penitentiary for 2 different murders. The feast, I said, bro, I didn't know none of this. No. Like, bro, I told y'all, I talked to him on the phone through his mans. But I didn't know that I was talking to, okay, I knew I was talking to Oschino because they said, Wack, Oschino's also on the phone. That just meant to me, that's a name. That didn't register. This is Oschino, JZ artist, the rapper from State Property, because I never knew who that was to even know who he is anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just there. I said, bro, how many? He said, nah, Wack, I be having 4 5 on the phone when I call you. They just be talking about, right? So, they be talking about regular shit and it be conversation. But I'm like, bro, he said, nah, Wack, talking to you right now, you really don't know the. And I told the Nafis, oh, I don't know you. I don't remember calling with nothing. I just said,
Cause
shit.
you were talking about his numbers and he ain't dropped the album in 10 years. Talking about he don't care
I
about
could.
numbers, he talking about thoroughness. He care about thoroughness.
I didn't even know he ain't dropped the album in 10 years. I don't know when the last time he dropped the album. When's the last time he dropped the album? I don't know. Hey, bang! I didn't even know that was a rapper. That, and I'm not gonna dictate who that is, bro. I'm gonna let what's going on with it dictate that, bro.
Be nice.
He for sure would have said
I
that.
don't know. Wait, who mean he? Wait, slow down.
Blair
Nah.
is crazy.
What?
No.
Wait,
You do for
who
real?
One
mean he
arm
got one
shorter.
short arm and one long arm? What are you talking about?
No.
See, I
Blair is
don't know.
insane.
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy. You get that.
And I know
Yeah,
if Wack knew him, Wack would have pointed that. Oh yeah, the bull with the he tall, kind of like bull.
bro.
Wack would have described who the he was from Rip.
Bang, that's today. That's this morning, bro.
Bro, you toe up, bro. You is
That is this morning, bro.
It's about
God.
Oschino. Do we got a shirt
Look,
on?
bro, I'm gonna tell
Hey,
you the whole
the fuck?
conversation, bro. Look,
I believe you, bro.
look what I told him. Look, bro.
Man, this dude is hell,
Look at I said, bro. That's why I keep it shallow with suckers. I said nothing wrong. You know I don't know this. You
yeah,
call me with this. I don't know dude like that. Am I supposed to fake like I really know him?
right.
Ain't that what I told him?
You told him. That's what you told him. I'm reading it right now.
See his character. I know he talk real fast. I never really listened to his whole interview. No, that's it. I don't know.
Hey
I
yo,
can't.
hey yo, hold on, Wack. The guy down there, Terry, telling us, so don't forget to say Blair from Philly. I ain't afraid to say where it from. It is Blair from Philly. I should I say the first government
She
because
can't
that's
even
my real
hide
one.
that. She
Yeah,
can't. She
nigga.
can't even hide her accent. You can tell
Nigga.
she from the way
Niggas
she
gonna
talk.
know when I open up my mouth who I am. So it ain't no secret. I
Bro,
ain't
She
I
gonna
just
just
hide
called.
it and
listen.
still
I'm gonna
make it
say
move.
this. I will say this. Every time I've been on the phone with him, he been a cool. I I ain't say I didn't know that the down and just didn't know that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
he called with bro. It be about 4, 5 of them. They usually call on the FaceTime.
Oh, all right. They called on FaceTime.
That's why they call. They usually do that. But like I didn't know that this was like Oschino from State Property
Right.
used to be
Right.
signed to JAYZ.
Right.
I had no idea. Either me and that about the same age or he older than me. One of the two.
I knew it. Like I never
Yeah,
wanted
he's
to.
like
Like I knew you
55,
didn't know.
Wack.
I don't
Oschino like
there.
55.
There it go.
I knew you didn't know who he was. I knew it. Like I knew it. You didn't
I
know.
didn't talk to my phone several times through Phil. Phil a call and it be him and a couple call with. I knew of him. What's 50 said them marked him out. He was talking crazy, then they caught it on there.
The
That's
slow
Mike
voice nigga.
Knox. That's the
Yeah,
guy when
Mike
he came
Knox.
on
Yeah, Mike
Clubhouse.
Knox. Yeah,
Mike
yeah,
Knox.
yeah,
I remember
yeah.
Mike Knox was one time was on the 3-way, right? And I knew of him from the social media. I don't know, bro. I don't know why he would take anything I said personal. I said, nah, I'll be alive if I say I haven't heard of State Property or the clothing line. The people I associate that Dame Dash,
Yeah, he's not one of the notables.
Beans, Freeway. And even we start talking about the movie. I'm telling him, like, he like, yo, D Nice. I said, went to see him in jail and they was doing the code that kind of talk, right? Yeah, I said, yeah, that's okay, that's D Nice, but got to do with Oschino. That's what I told him. He said, Wack, you really don't know that. He said, he is that D Nice is him. I went to Spotify. I
Mm-hmm.
went to the album covers. I said, oh, that's the D Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You seen it? I sent it to you. He like, yeah. I said, he don't look nothing like that.
I can understand how Wack saying he don't know Oschino because it's a difference between knowing of somebody and actually knowing somebody. And from what Wack's saying, the timeline makes sense. And I can understand how Wack said he didn't know Oschino. But Oschino got wind of what Wack said and instantly responded back. He kept calling him a hater and said he not thorough. And that he talking about things he don't know what he talking about.
Her Wack response, right? Wack, you the corniest old head. Well, I found out you my age now. You just look old. You the corniest boy on the whole game, bro. You keep talking about why I'm mad you don't know me. I don't care about you know me. You have my name in your mouth. If you ain't know me, why you have my name in your mouth? Why my name in your mouth? My name, see, I'm in the penitentiary years and years and years. I know the finesse, corny, hate, low-key hate doing. See, you think you got me mixed up with 6ix9ine and all these. I'm a boy out here putting working for real. Moving bricks for real. Working for real. Homicides for real. Not all that you say all these other, I'm not him. I'm not that boy, right? I don't care about you knowing me. You was a hater talking about me. You trying to name some LA rappers. Did y'all know them? No, I don't care about nobody. You talking about me. We not talking about them. So you can't flip flame me. I'm very smart, very intelligent, bro. You's a cornball, bro. Care about you knowing me, bro. So somebody telling you the only one that got rat stuff on your name. You got, I ain't got no rat stuff on my name, bro. I do all my time. I don't do no telling, bro. Never. Shot 10 times, never told nobody, never, ever, in my life, ever, bro. All that fake, tough, all that stuff you be talking, bro. Bro, I don't even talk, I'm not going for that. Listen, bro, you're the fraud, bro. You can talk to these people and try to be cool and all that. You was a fraud and phony and a hater, bro. Period. Keep talking, man, I don't know him, bro. I don't care about you, you ain't nobody to know me. You ain't nobody, bro. Bro, in 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, where was you at? Nowhere. Nobody know you. What you do? What do you do? Wack, ride other people, hotels. Manage it. Let me try to get some. You don't do nothing yourself. All I tell you is stop. You hating on me, bro. Have my name in your mouth. I don't talk about you. That's the guy. He mad. I don't know him. He supposed to know him. Who am I supposed to know you? You talking about me? If you don't know me, why you talking about me? You ain't talked to me for 5 times and a FaceTime. That's cool. You act like you did all that because you want to be cool. You was a cornball, bro.
All in all, I really don't think it was that serious. I can't call Wack a hater because you don't know Oschino. I just think Oschino jumped out the window about his pride. But like I said though, myself personally, I definitely knew who Oschino was back then, and I know who he is now. And I'm definitely tapped into his content. Wack may respond back or he may not. I don't think it's that serious though. Just a little misunderstanding. But let me know what you're thinking about all this in the comment section. And make sure you hit that like button. Let's get the video to 100 likes. Once we pass 100 likes, 500 likes. Once we pass 500 likes, 1,000 likes. Hit that high road to 40,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications so you can be updated every time I drop. Clip Reacts Reloaded. To the next one, another one. Gone.